How to manage to visit the top attractions of Istanbul and how many kinds of spices are sold at the Egyptian bazaar. Our spices are mainly from India, but there are also Turkish ones. The most popular is Ottoman spice. Why are the paintings of Kazakhstan artists exhibited in Turkish galleries, and why are they used to decorate designer bags? That year, it was my 9th or 10th exhibition. I don't remember exactly, because there are many galleries where I'm invited to take part. Why an ethnic Japanese man moved to Turkey and mastered to play the dombra on his own? In Kazakh-Turkish love story, how does an international family live? What traditions do they honor, and what dishes are served for dinner? So today you are our guests. I prepared a lentil soup, and the second dish will be Kazakh manti or dumplings. Our journey across amazing Turkey continues, and in today's visa-free program you will find out the story's country's new aspects. Also, there will be a lot of information about Kazakhstan representatives living in Turkey, and we're just about to start.
Это один из элитных районов Стамбула, который называется Бешикташ.
This is one of the elite districts of Istanbul, which is called Besiktas. All the fashionable clothing boutiques, foreign coffee shops and cafes are located here, and the most expensive apartments are sold here. And the art gallery, which this year marks 14 years, is located exactly in this area. And our visit here is not by chance.
Мы здесь не случайные гости.
Every 2 weeks, this gallery hosts a new exhibition, and there are many works by Turkish painters are presented. However, there is an exception to every rule, and today, here for the first time, the paintings of a Kazakh impressionist painter are in view. Recently, art has become a popular direction in Turkey. Fine art connoisseurs are aware of all the exhibitions held in Istanbul. One of the most visited is this one. The works of contemporary artists are put up for sale. Movements are very different. Portraits and landscapes in the style of modernism, avant-garde, abstractionism, and futurism.
La Vision Art Gallery, İstanbul'da.
We do not keep a painting more than 15 days. Part is sold, and what is left, we return to the authors and show other paintings. If we leave an exposition for a long time, then visitors will lose interest to it. We saw the works of Janar on the internet by chance, and our experts expressed interest in them. She has a fresh view and peculiarity as a foreigner. Without thinking twice, we invited her to take part in our shows.
Değişen bir konseptimiz oluyor, belli bir tema üzerinden.
Shanar Sabdenova is from Pavlodar and graduated from art school there. She admits that she fell in love with visual art when she first saw masterpieces of Van Gogh, Monet, and Renoir. Since then, she continues painting. She decided to move to Istanbul after her marriage. Her Turkish husband insisted on it. She has been living in the sunny country already for 6 years and raises her 5-year-old son. In Janar's life, as well as in her work, there are 2 periods divided between Kazakhstan and Turkey. In some of her works, she paints landscapes of native steppes and Kazakh motifs. In others, the vibrant energy of Istanbul.
Сейчас это моя вторая родина, мне очень сложно сказать. Сейчас это идет параллельно.
Now it's my second homeland. If I'm in Kazakhstan, I miss Istanbul, and vice versa. So it's hard to explain. The city is very inspiring. It is a city of brave, kind people with an open heart. It is affordable, too bright and colorful. You can feel the energy of the earth. There is a lot of creative energy here. It's easy to create. I didn't even expect that I would continue my artist's career and that this would be successful.
Я даже не ожидала, что я продолжу карьеру художника и что это будет успешно.
In a year, the Kazakhstan's painter is already participating in the 10th show. In the near future, she plans to organize her personal exhibition. To this end, she needs to go to Kazakhstan and bring her earlier works. To the question, what is the secret of success, Shanar responds that faith is the key. You need to be a maximalist and fulfill your dreams.
Верить в себя, верить в то, что художник это все-таки воин.
Believe in yourself, believe in your art, and believe that the artist is still a warrior of his art. One should never give up, should have great willpower and love his profession. As they say that genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work.
100% труда.
Also, they say that a talented person is talented in everything. Zhenar significantly expanded her sphere of activity and now, together with her friend, produces exclusive accessories with art motifs. Hi. Look what I have brought you today. We need to do in this format, on such bags. Can you imagine? Her main partner in making bags is energetic and purposeful Asel. She works as a translator of subtitles for TV serials, but being a designer is her hobby. It was she who came up with the idea of combining into one process, for example, leather accessories and reproductions of paintings by artists. Products turned out to be interesting and, most importantly, in demand. Now orders come from European countries and even from the United States.
Идея абсолютно не новая, то есть сейчас мировые бренды используют роспись.
The idea is not completely new, but now world brands use paintings on clothes and bags. I think bags with national motifs are a good idea.
Именно на сумках. Наконец-то и такие страны, как Казахстан, Узбекистан, Кыргызстан, пытаются...
Countries such as Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan try to concentrate on a small production that differs from others. In fact, our culture is so rich that you can tell so many interesting things through accessories. I travel a lot, and people often pay attention to the accessories with national color and ask where they can buy it. It makes me happy.
Спрашивают, где вы это взяли и где это возможно приобрести. То есть это радует.
Customers set the tone, so everything depends on their orders. The fastest selling bags are those with reproductions of Gustav Klimt. The national theme is also popular. Kazakh ornaments, natural motifs, and Asian life, all this is now fashionable. And one of the regular customers even ordered a handbag with a portrait of the Kazakh president.
Она захотела именно такую сумку, на которой было бы написано «Я казашка».
She said that all people abroad ask her nationality, and she would like to answer this question by showing this particular bag. And given the fact that her grandmother is a patriot and she loves our president Nursultan Nazarbayev so much, she asked us to add signature and the portrait of the president on the bag.
Настолько сильно, она попросила, чтобы мы соединили в сумке все, и надпись «Я казашка», и нашего президента. Любой человек, приезжая в другую страну, неважно, путешествие, либо...
Any person coming to another country often is asked, where are you from? And over time you realize that national identity is the most important. There is nothing in life more important than your homeland, and thanks to this, you must understand that you are the face of your country. Whatever you do, baking cakes or making bags, you have to do it well.
Пек пирожки, либо делал сумки, то все должен делать качественно.
This tall Asian guy dreams to play the dombra well. This is Akira Tagiguchi, an ethnic Japanese who recently moved to Turkey and performs kazakus on the subway. It is the absolute paradox, but such case can happen only in Istanbul. Every day he goes down to the subway, sits near the local musicians, and in the intervals performs the melodies of the Kazakh steppe. For the first time, Akira heard the sound of dombra on TV at a concert of folk ensembles. Since then, the young man set himself the goal to learn how to play this wonderful instrument by all means.
Dombra in Ankara, yeah, it does. I feel.
I bought the dombra in Ankara. One musician helped me choose the instrument with clear sound. In fact, it is very melodic, unique instrument. I used to play guitar, but this is a completely different. I didn't have the opportunity to take paid lessons, so I learned on my own to play it. Just watch the training video on YouTube. Akira had a cherished dream to visit Kazakhstan, the homeland of dombra, and this summer he spent 2 weeks in Almaty, got acquainted with our culture, customs, attractions, and cuisine. He liked Medeo skating rink most of all, and he preferred Lagman to Beshpermak. But most of all, he was certainly interested in the history of the development of Kazakh folk music.
I came to Istanbul.
I read a lot about your composers, Kurmangazi, Jayal Musa, Dina Nurpisova. I bought books about them and a lot of sheet music for dombra. Now I will learn new key. People often ask me, why do you play this instrument? Why did you even move here from Japan? Well, I am such a person. I live with emotions, do what I like, and live where I feel complete freedom. I don't speak English well and hardly know Turkish, but I chose Istanbul and I feel comfortable here. Fortunately, we met Indira, our compatriot on the ferry who has been living here for the second year. Once arriving in Istanbul on a vacation, she fell in love with this historic city and decided to remain here. Now Indira runs a blog on Instagram where she publishes a lot of interesting and useful information about Turkey.
Однажды Фатих Султан Мехмед завоевал Стамбул, но Стамбул до сегодняшних дней продолжает завоевывать.
One day, Sultan Mehmed II conquered Istanbul, but Istanbul today continues to conquer the hearts of millions, just as it conquered my heart.
Свой блог в Инстаграме, где я рассказываю историю, достопримечательности.
As I was inspired by the city, I decided to run my blog on Instagram, where I tell about history, sites, useful life hacks for tourists, since there are a lot of tourists, especially from Kazakhstan. And I would like to do something useful, to tell where it's interesting to take photos and about interesting attractions.
То есть все достопримечательности, маршруты, полезные советы, там я все рассказываю.
After feeding seagulls, we get off the ferry and head to the embankment of the Bosphorus to the Eminönü Square in Istanbul. It is located at the foot of the hill where the Yeni Mosque stands and the Golden Horn Bay crosses the old Galata Bridge. And here is a true paradise for foodies. In a matter of seconds, you will be served with freshly prepared fish and roasted chestnuts.
Каштаны в основном продают именно зимой. Их поджаривают, видимо.
Chestnuts are mainly sold in the winter. They're fried. During the cold season, people want warm food. Chestnuts are all year round, but in winter, they're in a special demand.
Именно зимой они пользуются особым спросом.
After eating chestnuts, tourists go to the largest local market, Mısır Çarşısı, or Egyptian Bazaar. In the first place, it's popular with its spices and all sorts of sweets.
Почему называется египетский рынок? Потому что здесь товар, то есть специи.
Why is it called Egyptian Bazaar? That's because the majority of the products for sale in the market were imported from India through Egypt. All the ships passed through Egypt, and the merchants were Egyptians. To be honest, the locals do not come here very often because there is a very large flow of tourists. It's overcrowded, but of course the bazaar is a favorite place of tourists.
Ну, а для туристов это излюбленное место, конечно.
The construction of this complex of buildings was initiated by Sultan's mother, and it took more than half a century. Over the years of its existence, the market has experienced fires, earthquakes, and major reconstruction. Today, it is a structure in the form of an English letter L with 6 entrances, which is why it's so easy to get lost in it. According to various sources, Spice Bazaar has from 80 to 100 shops selling Turkish delights and other sweets, jewelry, dishes, and souvenirs.
Сейчас 6:30 вечера, и это самый час пик на египетском базаре.
It's 6:30 in the evening, and this is the peak hour at the Egyptian bazaar. Crowds of locals and tourists flock here to buy fragrant spices. Amazingly, there are more than 2,000 spices. These are mainly Turkish and brought here from India. The most popular is the Ottoman spice, and it is added as a seasoning for barbecue meat. Spice Bazaar literally fascinates with its atmosphere. There is a specific mix of various smells everywhere, and no one can resist trying Turkish sweets. There are countless of them here for every taste and wallet. Baklava, Turkish delight, çurçhela stuffed with delicious ingredients. A nice bonus for those who have a sweet tooth. In this market, you can buy your favorite sweets, and they also treat you to a cup of flavored tea. By the way, tea is also sold here.
Çaylar arasında en çok chia.
Among the most popular types of tea, there is one that is called chia seed tea. This is an imported product. We bring it from India. This is the so-called fitness tea. Our women love it very much. If you drink this tea every day, then in a month, on average, you can lose up to 5 kilograms of excess weight. We also offer tourists this tea, but visitors prefer our Eastern sweets and spices.
Побывать в Турции на родине.
To visit Turkey without trying the famous snack doner kebab would be wrong. Therefore, we will make a small gastronomic live broadcast in the Taksim district.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
One doner, please.
Okay.
Словосочетание «донер» в переводе...
The word combination doner kebab in Turkish means meat cooked on a vertical rotisserie. Such a technology of frying meat was first invented by a restaurateur from city of Bursa, Iskander Usta, and today his idea is popular all over the world.
Good tasty.
Then let's try the doner kebab. On the streets of Istanbul, you will be offered doner made from chicken or beef. The fillings can be different, depending on your preferences. For the whole day, we tried various Turkish delicacies, but for some reason, closer to dinner, we missed our Kazakh food. So we visited an international family. So today, you are our guests. I prepared lentil soup, and the second dish will be Kazakh mante, or dumplings. Cordiality and hospitality in this house is a mix of Turkish and Kazakh cultures. For the people of both countries, a guest is a messenger of God, and we were welcomed with greatest honor and generous dastarhan. National songs help to create a festive atmosphere. She plays the dombra and he supports the rhythm with the Turkish drum. This bright family and their beautiful love story began in Kazakhstan, and he just went there once to see his friend. There they met each other.
И он приходил к нашему боссу, его другом был. Приходил, день пришел, два пришел, три пришел, неделю пришел.
He was a friend of our boss. He began to visit him very often, even every day. He could sit until late at night. Then he walked me home. One day his friend noticed it and asked him if he had sincere feelings for me. And when he said yes, he was happy for us.
А если по-серьезному, то я тебя поддерживаю. И он говорит, поддерживай.
The friends supported them, but parents on both sides were against it. But at the time, marriage to foreigners was considered as something out of the ordinary. But now, years later, all Turkish relatives respectively call her Queen Daughter-in-law. They now have grown-up son and daughter who were brought up in the traditions of both nations.
И в отношениях у нас даже все смешано. И в кухне все смешано, и в воспитании детей все смешано.
In our relations, in raising children, and our cuisine, in everything, a mixture of two nations can be noticed. I cannot say that my children are pure Turkish or pure Kazakhs. We are a Kazakh-Turkish family. Indeed, we try to take the best of the two cultures. I remember even when I went on vacation to Kazakhstan for the first time with my friends, we got off the plane and kissed the earth. And now we already live between the two countries. Both are our motherland. I love them both. I have lived here for 26 years. It's more than I lived in Kazakhstan. There I lived 23 years.
Нет, даже больше, чем прожила там. То есть я там прожила 23, а здесь 26 лет.
Nazgül Hanım da öte katlı sevmedi.
Turkey is like a large mosaic puzzle where all the colorful fragments intertwine and merge into one harmonious picture. This country is fresh as the breeze from Bosphorus, strong as Turkish coffee, and alluring as freshly baked baklava. So if you have not been to Turkey yet, be sure to witness the special atmosphere of this colorful country, especially since there is a visa-free regime between our countries.